As you know, that there was a committee headed by Thomas Jefferson, and during this meeting with this committee, he compiled a list of reasons why the American colonies should become independent. He wrote all of this down, he put it in a formal document, and this document was adopted on July 4th, 1776. This document announced to the world that the 13 colonies were united in the fight for independence. This was a very bold statement for the American people. Even though others contributed to the ideas, Thomas Jefferson was one of the main authors, or was the main author. And he penned the most famous quote in American history: "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." This declaration is letting the king know that the colonists are united and they are against him, and is telling the world that they are declaring their independence for Great Britain. They're hoping to win the support of other foreign nations, because they know there will be a war and they want other nations to come and help them. This also is a way to express their beliefs, their deeply held beliefs. For example, when it refers to rights, it means your natural rights that everyone deserves. They believe in the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Those rights come from a higher power. They believe that those rights should not be denied by our government. There are three main parts of the Declaration of Independence: the preamble, the grievances or the complaints, and the official declaration. And then, of course, the final part is the 56 signatures. All 13 colonies sent representatives to the Second Continental Congress, and they all signed the Declaration of Independence. What is your preamble? This is your introduction to your declaration. This explains the reasons behind why we want to separate from Great Britain. This is where it clearly states all men are created equal. We all have certain natural rights. Our grievances are our complaints. There were 27 total grievances against King George III. Some of them were the king dissolved colonial legislatures and denied their right to self-govern. The king kept a standing army in the colonies. That means he kept military here in the colonies, even though it was peaceful times. He imposed taxes on the colonists without their consent. That's where the slogan, "No taxation without representation," comes from. And then the conclusion officially declares the colonists free from Great Britain. And this announces the formation of the United States of America. So who did Georgia send? Georgia sent 3 delegates. The first one, Button Gwinnett. Button was born in England in 1735 and came to Georgia in 1765. He started out as a merchant, he was a plantation owner, and he was very important in Georgia's politics. He was an influential member of the Whig Party and became a leader of the St. John Parish. Here's Button Gwinnett. Gwinnett County is named after him. It's named in his honor. He becomes a delegate to the Second Continental Congress, where he signs the Declaration of Independence in 1776. By 1777, he's back in Georgia and he's elected as governor. He has a big rivalry with a man named Lachlan McIntosh. And this rivalry comes from attacking the British in St. Augustine. McIntosh challenges Gwinnett to a duel. During this duel, Gwinnett is shot and he dies a few days later. Just a fun fact, if you can find something with Button Gwinnett's signature here on the right, if you can find an original signature in 1979, his signature sold for over $100,000. Okay, it is probably one of the most valuable autographs you will ever get. Lyman Hall. Lyman Hall is a minister and doctor from Connecticut. He practices medicine in Georgia and South Carolina. He joins Button Gwinnett in his leadership in St. John's Parish. He is a member of Georgia's delegation to the Second Continental Congress and signs the Declaration of Independence, and Hall County is named after him. After the American Revolution, he returns to his medical practice. He is elected as governor in 1783. And he is very instrumental in the founding of the University of Georgia. George Walton is our last signer from Georgia. He moved from Virginia to Georgia in 1769 and was one of the most successful lawyers in the colony. He does become active in Georgia's politics during the American Revolution. He is the third Georgian to sign the Declaration of Independence. He does serve as a Patriot colonel during the war, and he's wounded and captured by the British in Savannah. He is released in a prisoner exchange and then elected governor. During his 30-year career, he serves as a representative to Congress, a circuit court judge, a Chief Justice of Georgia, Governor of Georgia, and a U.S. Senator. And Walton County is named after him. If you look here, this is the signatures of on the Declaration of Independence. Our three men, Button Gwinnett, Lyman Hall, George Walton, and their signatures all the way over here on the left. Okay, I was just saying what was next. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions about this, join us on our live. Remember, our lives are MBI at 9:30 and fourth period at 1 o'clock. Thank you.